Early in the morning,
What's going on, the people? It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and we are back with another video for you today. As you can see from the title, we are talking about Diddy, fresh, brand spanking new allegations against him. Who remembers one of the last videos I did on Diddy that explained the 120 new allegations? This is part of that 120 collection. We are now getting more details, more grisly details, a more violent insight into what Diddy's on, allegedly. Okay, because we're going to be fair here, even though I think he's 100% guilty of all this stuff, it's right that we challenge some things that may not make sense as well. You feel me? Because I'm sure out of 120, I don't think 120 are probably telling the truth. I think most are telling the truth. I think some will probably embellish. P. Diddy might have been in the room when something happened to them, and they may just be using that as an opportunity. Who knows? We don't know. We're not there, right? But come on, when someone's been accused of this amount of people, this amount of times, over decades, we know they're a monster. So let's get straight into this video, guys. If you can just like the video for me, it takes half a second and it makes a massive difference on how the YouTube video performs in the algorithm. If you like me, if you like my content, please do consider pressing that subscribe button. It's free, you can always change your mind. Press the bell to be notified. And of course, if you want to support your boy's growth, hit that Patreon link in the description of this video below. Last weekend's video was all about exposing Trey Songz and his history of violence. The week before that, it was exposing Jay-Z and his desire for underage women. The week before that, it was Andrew Tate, exposing him. Go back, I've got loads of deep dives on there, real deep content. People on Patreon can vouch. Anyway, let's get into this. Also, trigger warning. I'm about to talk about some things that may trigger some people, very traumatic things. So trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. As you can see on your screen right now, it says Diddy sued. Men claiming SA. Busby barrage begins. And if you remember, Busby is the lawyer that's representing the 120 cases. So this is just, as I said at the start, this is the beginning of the 120 unraveling. So the floodgates are open and Diddy is being sued left, right by people who claim he assaulted them, including a handful of men. Diddy has now been named in 6 separate lawsuits filed by Tony Busby, the Texas attorney who says he's representing all 120. And 4 of the 6 filed so far feature male accusers. In one suit, a man says he was working for Echo Clothing back in 2008 and knew Diddy through his work, as Diddy was developing and marketing Sean John at the time, a competing brand. He says he ran into Diddy and Diddy's 3 bodyguards in the stockroom of Macy's flagship store in NYC in May 2008. He claims someone pistol whipped the back of his neck, causing him to fall to his hands and knees. He claims Diddy approached him and said, "Suck my dick, Echo," and brutally, orally raped him. Now we're going to stop on that one before we continue. Some of these, as I said, trigger warning, some of these are very intense. Some of these are very, very graphic. While I believe Diddy 100% has the capability to do this, and I believe he's done something similar to this multiple times in his life, let's look at the information we've been presented. We know he's a narcissist. We know he's power hungry.
Got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
We know that anything he wants, he must get. He has that drive. He has that motivation to just get to want everything from success to humans. So this is part of his MO. This is part of his character. However, to challenge and play devil's advocate, how does the gentleman know that he was pistol whipped? Because if it hit the back of his neck, he could have got hit by anything. If it hit the back of his neck, we're assuming he didn't see what he was struck by. So we have to be fair here. How does this guy know that he was struck in the back of the neck with a gun, with a pistol? So he drops to his hands and knees and then he's forced to perform oral on Diddy. I believe Diddy's capable of doing these things. But again, to play devil's advocate or to challenge respectfully with humility, this wasn't an underage man. So I don't know how old this alleged victim was. It doesn't say it. He wasn't one of the 16-year-olds. So I'm assuming, I could be wrong, I'm assuming he's over 18. Now, I can only speak for myself, but if you're a fully grown man, you don't have to be forced to do anything. I know everyone's different, but if I'm working at Macy's and 3 grown men tell me to suck whatever, you have to kill me, bro. And that's just me, because at that age, as a fully grown man, I'm not doing anything I don't want to do. If a man touched my genitals, for example, and I'm 18 plus, I'm a big man, I'm grown, I'm punching you up. If a man tells me to suck this or pull down my pants, I'm literally telling you, I'm going to tell you to shoot my brains out, because it's not happening. So on the one hand, even though I believe Diddy's 99% guilty of all this stuff, it's only right that we challenge as well, because I feel like as a grown man, you don't have to do that. As a grown man, there's less fear because we're equally as powerful as another man. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like we're a woman where we're actually physically inferior. And I don't mean that as an insult. It's just a fact. Women are naturally weaker than men. So naturally, that's where the fear comes in. And that's where the intimidation comes in. But if you're a fully grown man, you don't have to bend to the will of another man. That's my opinion, obviously. That's not me victim blaming, by the way. That's not me even saying he's lying. I'm just making a point of I wouldn't have done that personally. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't take away from someone's alleged experience. Someone may have been struck by fear. Someone may have been delirious by whatever hit him in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to be fair and challenge here. Even though, you know me, I think Diddy's a monster. I think it's more than likely he did all this stuff. But I just think, you know, with the information, let's challenge as well. How do we know what he got struck with? I mean, if he got struck with anything, that's awful. You know what I'm saying? Truly, truly awful. And who knows, maybe the fear, maybe the intimidation from Diddy and all these goons just put so much fear into him that he felt that he had no way out. And if that's the case, we need justice for that victim. In another suit, a man claims he was hired to work security for Diddy's 2006 white party, where he believes he consumed a drink laced with GBH and or ecstasy. He says Diddy forced him into a van, overpowered him and SA'd him. The man claims Diddy inserted his junk into the man's behind and sodomized him. He says the alleged grape resulted in semen leaking out of his behind. Now this one here is foul, because what have we heard from multiple sources over weeks and months now? All the way back from when Cassie initially filed the lawsuit. We have come to understand that Diddy put stuff in his drinks. It's not uncommon. Trey Songz has allegedly done the same thing multiple times. I explored it in my recent Patreon video. Trey Songz is another person that allegedly put stuff in people's drinks, and they wake up the next day not knowing how they got there. It seems to be a common practice in Hollywood. Diddy is no different. Look at this clip here where he talks about what you need for a party.
You throw a great party.
I'm a legend, baby, for a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
You know.
Huh?
Yeah. You got a live show, you got a live.
I have a live show now, yeah. You're a killer party. What's the ingredient? What do you do to make just an amazing killer party? Because mine, I put out the Cheese Whiz. I put on the Paula Anka. No one comes. Wrong move.
So you're doing the wrong things.
Wrong thing, okay.
This is what you need to do. Women, beautiful women, of course.
Beautiful women.
Beautiful men for the ladies, of course.
Wouldn't it be better if there weren't beautiful men there? There were just a lot of beautiful women and then just the guy?
No, you have to make, there's enough ladies to go around to give the ladies what they need too. You know, you have to take care of your women.
Take care of the ladies, okay, ladies, gotcha.
Yeah. Now, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right, not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right, just different blend. You need the ladies, you need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this, like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, you know, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects like you know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What do you think?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Depends. Oh, people start getting gets kind of sexy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you sexy. New word for you.
Yeah.
This man's talking about you need locks on the doors and you need hot temperature. What kind of man jokes about something like that? Locks on the doors, alcohols, multiple alcohol. If you look at all of Diddy's interviews, yeah, you can clearly tell he's closeted. You can clearly see that. It's so obvious that he likes men. He always likes to frame it as if it's for the women. So e.g. water. The water's for the drugs. You do realize that, innit? When he's talking about water, the water is for the drugs. When you take drugs, especially ecstasy, you need water because it dehydrates your body. It's just so funny that he's telling you we need water while also saying the temperature's gonna be up. Of course, it affects the alcohol. My man even says you need beautiful men for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? The guy is certified LGBT, bro. Facts. Rainbow. You understand? Man's talking about beautiful men for the ladies because he likes men. He swings that way. So I believe this one here. I believe this one here. And when you're making accusations that jizz was leaking out and seeping out, like all that stuff is that's horrible. I believe you must have some evidence to support that if that's the type of claim you're claiming. We also know from Cassie's lawsuit and the footage of his mum that he hooks himself up to IVs. So it's very normal for you to have drinking drugs.
Kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay? So, you know, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. In an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good. All right, DJ, let's hit it. Let's do it.
Even from that clip there, guys, you saw him running jokes. Oh, you know, the kids have got 1 more hour left. The kids have got 1 more hour left, and then it's then you gotta go to bed, and it's, you know, then the real party starts, and you're gonna want to come to this party when you get a bit older and all that stuff. Bro, now as I said, back in the day, I'm sure I would have enjoyed some of those parties. Yeah, not when there's underage kids and things like that. Not all that bollocks. But if there's drinking, drugs flying around and gal them, of course, it seems like a great motive. But I'm not really in it all that no more. You feel me? So you can clearly see a lot of debauchery, whatever the word is, happens at these parties. Another man suing Diddy claims he went to Diddy party in October 2021 where he became disorientated after consuming 1 drink. He says the room started spinning, and the next thing he remembers is being in a bedroom paralyzed. He says at least 3 men essayed him through sodomy and other forced acts, and claims he distinctly recalls seeing a naked Diddy above him at one point during the alleged SA. Now again, I believe something like this. Is it convenient that he categorically remembers Diddy out of all the people? Of course, that's convenient. Do we know for a fact Diddy was involved? We don't. When it comes to cases like this, stories may be 80% true, 90% true, or 100% true. They may be embellished a little bit, they may be twisted a little bit. I don't agree with that. I think you should be speaking facts. If Diddy didn't do that to you, don't say he did. But this guy's alleging that he did, and he remembers Diddy on top of him after being paralyzed, after drinking something and being drugged. You feel me? This is a common theme at Diddy's parties. And I think a lot of people know what they're getting themselves in for when they go to these parties, but some people may not. Some people just may attend these parties, may be intrigued by what's going on, have a sip, have a drink, and whoa, all of a sudden room starts spinning. And bro, I'll be honest with you, a man's been spiked before, you know. I got spiked in Brixton. I know what it feels like to have a couple drinks and all of a sudden you're, whoa, man, I was literally all over the place. It was mad. A 4th lawsuit is from a man who says he was only 16 when he was invited to Diddy's 1998 party in the Hamptons, where he says they snapped a photo together. And as you can see here, this is the literal photo from 1998 at this Diddy party at the Hamptons. This is literally Diddy and the boy right there. He says Diddy took an interest in him and took him to a more private area to chat, where Diddy told him he had the right look for the music industry and could be made into a star with Diddy's help. He claims Diddy abruptly told him to drop his pants and expose his penis for inspection, with Diddy saying it was a rite of passage and asking, "Don't you want to break into the business?" He says he succumbed and dropped his pants, exposing his body parts, and claims Diddy cupped and held onto those parts, squeezing and feeling them. Now guys, this one I also believe. What have we heard about the industry? What do we know about Hollywood? It's so obvious. Yeah, what do we know about Harvey Wine? He said the exact same things. If you want to get into the industry, the film industry, this is what you must do. If you want to get into my film, you better drop to your knees and pull your panties to the side. We know this is what Hollywood is based off on, the foundation of it. We know what they believe in. Aleister Crowley is their biggest inspiration. Sex, magic, rituals is what Hollywood is all about. This is normal for them. So I've got a lot more empathy for this young boy because he's 16 at the time. When you're a bit older, as a man, I feel like you have more control, have more power. As a 16-year-old, 15-year-old, 14-year-old, it's not surprising that you can get coerced into doing something like this because you're young, you're ignorant, you're a child, you don't know any better. You may even be a virgin at that age still. You understand? And when someone like Diddy, one of the most powerful people in the music industry in their late 90s, early noughties, says to you, "I can make you a star, you've got the right look," and asks you to pull your pants down, a lot of men are going to do it. That's the reality when it comes to power, when it comes to influence. Now, as I said, it gets to a certain point. If I'm a 30-year-old man now, I'm 29, but let's say I'm a 30-year-old man. If another man told me to get on my knees and do something, I'm not doing it, bro. At that age, you know better and things like that. But when you're young, when you can get when you're vulnerable, it's more than likely that a lot of people will end up giving in and succumbing in that moment. Especially when at that age, all you wanted to do is be a star. You know, at 16, we wanted to be rappers, we wanted to be football players, we wanted to be athletes. That's what the dream was. So naturally, I believe this victim. I believe that he's capable of all this. You feel me? I feel like he really is. We know he's attended freak-offs with his own mum. We know what he's into, bro. His mum is into all this, bro. His mum has got to take some ownership over this. You feel me? Like, there's been rumors that he's been partying like this since his Howard days. Look at some of the pictures from the parties. You've got him chilling here. You got girls topless. You got girls in the pool and one of them's getting their titty sucked. Diddy just looking over the balcony, looking at his empire, overlooking his people, overlooking his minions. You can just see what type of man Diddy is, man. You really can. Yeah, let me know your thoughts, man. And guys, I'll see you guys at the next video. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay vigilant. What the hell do I know, man? I'm just a man in his 20s. Peace.